Hello and welcome back to Re-enthused. So here we are. This is the next day from the last video I did, and this is our now cured mould. So the first step we had to do is dismantle the Lego surround, and hopefully with the help of the release spray this will actually come apart a lot easier than the last one. There'll still be the occasional bit that will stick, but hopefully not too much. Right, so we have our two sides of the mould which will go together. Unfortunately I managed to slice through the peg that I was using to locate them, but oh well, we can just pull that out and hopefully that will still work. Now the next job is to get these plugs out, blue tack, so that we have our clear hole through. And there we go, we have our clear filling and air holes through. Nice and big, but they're very small when they get to the actual model itself, so they should not cause too much of a problem with removing. Right, so the next step is obviously to fill this with, it goes that way, is to fill this mould with plastic, and we'll need to also put some weight on it so that we can get the crease as small as possible. Right, so back in a second with that part. Okay, now the actual plastic is slightly different to obviously how the silicone works, and this is in fact a 1-to-1 mix, so we need exactly the same ratios of both, well, at least as close as we can get them anyway, in the cup. So we don't need that much. There's not a huge amount of plastic content in this, so I reckon we'll try for 100 grams. Even though I think it's probably going to be too much, to be honest. So it'll be 200 grams in total, but we're also going to add in some of this, which is a black ink, because this normally will just be a clear mixture, or at least like a slightly cloudy clear mixture. Right, we'll put in the ink first, or the pigment if you want. We need a little bit of this, but because this won't react with the mixture, it's safe to do it now rather than try and do it later. Now the reason for that is, this is a very, very quick reaction. We do not have a lot of working time with this stuff. So once we've mixed this together, we're kind of... we're on a countdown to get this done. It will start getting goopy very quickly, and once it gets goopy, it will not go through the mould very well at all, especially not with the small spaces that we've kept. That's there. The other thing to know about this, because it might surprise you when you first try to use it, is this will start getting warm. There is a slight exothermic reaction with this mixture, so it will start to get slightly warmer as it's starting to go off. Right, so we're going to start pouring this now. So this will be messy, but we'll try to get as much inside the mould as possible. Keep compressing the mould as well, so that we can try to eject some of the air. So just pour it in. This is starting to get warm now, and you can see it's starting to thicken up already. We're not seeing any over there, so we know it's not. Oops, I completely missed. Yeah, we need to get this done quicker. Come on, let's get that air out. Okay, I'm starting to see some in the hole over here now, which is a good sign. It may not work the first time. It's possible. Just need to keep the air coming out. But the fact that that's filling up on that side now means that we've probably filled this mould. So I think we can just compress a bit more. Made a mess. All this is going to turn to hard plastic as well, right? This is starting to get quite warm now and quite gloopy. It doesn't get hot, so it's not terrible, but it is certainly warm. Alright, that has got to be full now because our escape hole over here is completely full. So we've probably got about another minute maybe. This is doubled in heat. But I think, yeah, we're not going to put some in this side just in case. But I think that's probably it. And you can see now it's very, very goopy indeed. I think that's it. I'll put this in here. So it will give us a kind of a visual indication of just how this got. There you go. So now we can see that's now starting to hold up the... Can you see that? I don't think you can see that. As you can see, when we first put that in, that fell over, and now it's being held up. That's now incredibly goopy and starting to go hard. So that's that. Now, generally, because even though this goes off quickly, we still want to leave it. I generally leave it for an hour just to make sure. And by that point, this should be as rendered as it's going to get, and we can take a look. So back when that happens. Okay, it's been about an hour. So now we basically start peeling off all the bits where we completely missed and it went off everywhere. These should be thin, so they should break relatively easy. Right. Oh, that's all stuck on there. There we go. That's up. So let's just try taking this apart. Don't know how well this will work. There we go. Well, that's the first half. That's looking pretty good. We should really put silicone release spray in this as well, so it'll prolong the life of it. Okay, there's a little bit you can see where this is slightly gone over, but if you just run your finger over, it's all very thin, so it will just break off relatively easy. Now the issue is going to be our two plugs. No, that's not going to be an issue because they broke off. Excellent. Well, that's looking pretty good. There's a small bit there where it got some air in there and didn't quite fill, but you know what? That's pretty bloody good. That's a fairly good recreation of that part, and that will do. So let's give it a bit of a clean, then we'll try it. Okay, so that's all cleaned off, so let's bring this in, and hopefully this will just go in. There we go. That's pretty good, and yeah, it comes out pretty well. If you compare that to the original one, they're pretty damn close. So the only thing is this corner here, you know, I can live with that. Now, if you expel a bit more air, I didn't do a good enough job at that, then you'll get a much better finish. But yeah, that's pretty bloody close. Even to the point where this scratch that goes across has been replicated on here. This stuff is amazing. It really is. And yeah, that will... If we put both in. There we go. There we go. So that's a nice, complete-looking thing. And from that angle, you can't really tell which is the original one and which is the remade one. Brilliant. There you go. Perfect. And that's recreating plastic parts. It takes a little bit of practice, but if you just try doing some small bits first, then you'll be able to get there in no time. It's really not hard. It's not difficult. I did massively overestimate this. The problem is I've done this before for this model when it went wrong before. So you should be able to do like a quarter of what I used easily. Because if you just look at the plastic parts, this is one of the ones that went wrong before. If you just look at the plastic parts, you can kind of gauge how much they're going to use. You can even weigh them and then kind of add like 1.5 times to it, and you'll have a safe amount of plastic to use. I didn't do that. Should have done that. This is still slightly warm as well, which is kind of cool. All right, there you go. That's reproducing plastic parts. It's pretty easy to do if you've got the original part. If you've got a 3D printer, of course, you can just print one of those out, smooth it off, and then get a mould from that, so you can get a nice, stronger plastic version for that. Because the thing with this plastic is, of course, it is a whole moulded model, so it doesn't have the easy break lines that a lot of the FDM printers will leave you with, because obviously it builds in layers. And it's a really good way to get stuff back to fully working order. Right, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. See you next time.